Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be making my predictions for Game Week 30 of the 25-26 Premier League season. But before we begin, let's see how I did last week. I got no scorelines bang on, but I did get 2 outcomes correct, so that's 2 points, taking my season total up to 170. And this is how the table looks after 29 matches, and without further ado, let's predict this weekend. And we're going to start with Burnley against Bournemouth in a battle of two sides who really I don't know what to predict from them. Burnley, they're acting like they're already relegated right now. They're really struggling. And with Wolves' form, I could see them finishing bottom for the first time since like 1897 or 1887 or something. Bournemouth is tricky because I do like Bournemouth and I would pick them if I had to choose a winner here. But I like Burnley turf more. So I think they might actually get something here. They'll keep fighting. I think they'll get out of here with a 1-1 draw. I think Burnley need the points to try and push for survival, but I don't see it happening here. And Bournemouth ultimately also need the points for Europe, but again, I don't see it, so 1-1 draw. Next up, we've got Sunderland against Brighton in, well, it's really a mid-table clash now. I think at the start of the season, both these sides were pushing for Europe. They had European aspirations, but I think these two have kind of, fizzled out now into the mid-table region. Sunderland's form at home, it's been great pretty much for the vast majority of the season, but recently I think they've had back-to-back losses at the Stadium of Light. Things have not gone their way, and Brighton on their day can show up and get a result here. I think I'll go down the middle again with a 1-1 draw on this one as well. I think, a point wouldn't really hamper either. I don't really think either are going to make Europe this season. But for Sunderland, even surviving in mid-table is an excellent achievement. But I'm going for 1-1 draw on this one. Next up, we've got Arsenal against Everton. And Arsenal still top of the table by a bit of a margin now, I think, over Man City. And, Everton are an interesting one because they're a lot better on the road than they are at home this season. But it is the Emirates and it is Arsenal. And, Arsenal on their day, they can get, results over the line. That's why they're top of the league. I just can't see it. I know Everton are good and ordinarily I might back them for a goal or maybe a draw on the road. But I can't see them getting anything against Arsenal here. I'm going to back the Gunners to win 2-0. I think Arsenal need to keep winning to try and stay ahead of Man City in this title race, which we'll get onto City. They've got a fairly tricky game this week. But yeah, I think Arsenal will get the 3 points over the line with a 2-0 clean sheet. Next up, we've got Chelsea against Newcastle United. And, this is an interesting one. This is a battle of two sides who had very tricky matches in the Champions League midweek. Newcastle drawing 1-1 with Barcelona was a great result. Chelsea losing 5-2 to PSG, which isn't so good. Of course, both Chelsea's second leg is at home. Newcastle have to go to the Nou Camp against Barcelona in midweek next week. But my point is, I don't know if both sides are going to be a bit tired after these matches. And Newcastle has a very, win after win run right now. Or not win after win, but game after game run is at Stamford Bridge, and I do like Chelsea, but I just get the impression, the nagging feeling, Newcastle might get something here. I think there'll be goals. I'll go for a Desmond, a 2-all draw on this one. I think this could be quite an entertaining watch. Both sides pushing for the European positions. And I think there could be goals here. 2-all is where I'm going. Next up, we've got West Ham United against Manchester City. And Man City, they're on one of their great runs of form right now. But so are West Ham. And, you know, it is at the London Stadium. And I think you don't want to play West Ham right now. They're on a good run of form. And, you know, they're fighting for survival in the league. The smart money would be on Man City to win this game. But Man City haven't been overly convincing. They lost 3-0 to Real Madrid in the Champions League midweek. They haven't been overly convincing, but I think West Ham might actually get out here with a draw, you know. I'll go down the middle with a 1-all draw. I think somehow maybe Man City take the lead early on and West Ham find an equaliser at some point in the second half. 1-all draw and a point apiece. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace against Leeds United. It's an interesting one, this as well. I know I say that about a lot of games, but Palace, they're on a decent-ish run of form. They've won 3 of the last 5 matches. Leeds, they lost 1-0 at Ellen Road to Sunderland last weekend, but they're in a good run of form themselves, despite that loss. I don't know. I just get the feeling Leeds have more to play for. Palace are mid-table in like 13th or something. Leeds are 15th. They're fighting, you know, for survival in the Premier League. I think they will survive this season, but I know it's at Selhurst Park and Palace could get something here. But I like Leeds right now. I back Leeds to win 2-1. I think it could be close. But I think somehow Leeds just have that bit more quality, that bit more fight to get over the line. So 2-1 Leeds. Next up, we've got a big fight. It's Manchester United against Aston Villa. In a very big battle for European football, the Champions League next season. Of course, Man United now up to 3rd in the table, Villa down to 4th, and, well, Villa's form has really tailed off now. It's in a pretty bad moment right now. Man United are on a very good run of form, an upturn in form recently, and under Michael Carrick, and at Old Trafford, I can't back anything but a Man United win here. I think it would be very United like to lose maybe 1-0 to Villa here, but I think they might get the win here. I think there could be some goals. I'll go Man United to win 3-1. Villa keep, you know, conceding loads of goals. They're not scoring many at the minute. I think Man United might get this done. 3-1 to the Red Devils. Next up, we've got Nottingham Forest against Fulham. Well, this is an interesting scrap itself. Forest, they're 17th. They're level on points with West Ham in the bottom 3. They need to get a result here to maybe stay above water in that above the bottom 3. And then, you've got Fulham, who, on their day, they can get results, but we did beat them in the cup 1-0. Courtesy of a Ross Stewart penalty, but Fulham are a tricky one to predict. It is at the City Ground, so I will give Forest something. This is a game I could see going any which way, so I'll go down the middle with a 1-all draw on this one. I think, if Forest and West Ham get points and Spurs lose, then, you know, Spurs could be in the bottom 3, or they'll be level on points with them. It's getting interesting, this relegation battle, but a 1-all draw is where I'm going. I think Forest can get a result here. Next up, we've got another big game. It is Liverpool against Tottenham Hotspur. And historically, a scrap for Europe. Not so much this season. I don't really know. Liverpool are in this Champions League scrap. They're currently 6th, but they're, in the scrap. And Spurs are currently 16th. They're very much not in the fight for Europe. And they're, they're fighting relegation. Both these sides are off the back of a defeat in the Champions League. Liverpool 1-0 loss to Galatasaray. Spurs 5-2 loses to Atletico Madrid over the midweek. Both those have their second legs at home, having finished inside the top 8 in the table. But I just look at Liverpool. They're not, well, for the vast majority, they're not, prolifically scoring goals, but they are getting results over the line, and I wouldn't want to play them right now. And at Anfield, I think Liverpool should get the job done. I think Spurs might find a goal from somewhere, maybe an unusual goal from Archie Gray or someone. I'm going to go Liverpool to win 2-1. I think Liverpool, don't need the points more. They both need points equally, and that would be a damaging defeat for Spurs. But I think Liverpool will get done at Anfield 2-1. And then finally, we've got Brentford against Wolves in interesting battle. Brentford are currently 7th in the table. They're on the outside looking into the European spots, although they probably might make Conference League football, if not Europa League. Wolves, they're currently bottom of the table. I think they're done, really. They're down, but I think they are chasing down Burnley for 19th place, and I think they might make the overtake given their run of form. This game is at the G-Tech, but Wolves are on a good run of form. They just beat Liverpool 2-1 at Anfield in the Premier League a couple of weeks ago now, actually. It wasn't at Anfield, it was at Molineux, but they did beat Liverpool, and I do like them more at home, but I think Wolves might get something here against Brentford side who loves to score goals but concede them as well. Let's go for some fun. I'll go for a 2-2 draw on this one as well. I think a Desmond might come in here. 2-2 on this one. And there you have it, guys. All 10 Premier League matches for this weekend predicted. Make sure to let me know your predictions in the comments down below. I'd love to see them. And yeah, we'll be back next week to predict the next round of fixtures and react to how well or badly I did here. And I'll see you all in the next one.